Hey, this is Coach Adam Cobb, creator of the FYC method. And today's Tuesday talk is breaking down part 2 of last week's question from Maria that said, I'm a sugar addict, help. What can I do to subside my sugar cravings? So here's part 2. Last week we covered how deadly sugar is. And I hope it scared you enough and terrified you enough to be able to just cut those cravings until now. I know they're real. So let's cover actual tips on how to reduce these sugar cravings. I'm gonna break down 10 tips on how to do that. Number 1, eat more low glycemic index foods and start to train your body to have less sugar. When you have low glycemic index foods, you maintain a consistent blood sugar. Number 2, eat more frequently. If you can have 4 to 5 to 6 meals a day, you won't have that moment where you're craving a meal and you eat way too much, typically full of sugar. Number 3, good fats. 1, they taste really damn good. And 2, they take the place of sugar. Number 4, glutamine. You may know it as amino acid that people take post-workout to prevent soreness, and it also rebuilds muscle fast. But you can also take glutamine to really fight those sugar cravings. Number 5, let's bring it into the tips after the meal. And this is where I think most people, at least my clients, a lot of people I talk to, come into that place where they have a really hard time after the meal. So let's dig into that. Tip 5, just don't keep desserts in the house. That's one way. I personally don't have the sugar cravings when I'm in my personal home, but when I go to my mom's home in Massachusetts on Christmas with her famous homemade chocolate chip cookies that are like gooey on the tray and they just like make my mouth water when I walk in and the whole house smells like it. I'm not Coach Adam Cobb. I am the Cookie Monster. Whatever noise that makes, I will have about 50 of them. I can't help myself. But again, I would never cook them and leave them in my house. So just don't be a Cookie Monster in your own home. Number 6, just don't even bring sugar into the house. If you don't have it in the house, you won't use it and you definitely won't eat it. Number 7, instead of going right into a dessert when you're at the restaurant, order a peppermint tea instead and see what happens. If you still have a little bit of sugar craving, well, try to add a teaspoon of honey. Number 8, brush your teeth after a meal. Usually when you brush your teeth after a meal, you won't have that urge to have that snack. Number 9, this is a fun tip, but it's a tip that's really helped people that I've had the honor of coaching. And that's simply take a marker and write on the back of your hand the number 20. That number 20 represents 20 minutes. As you reach for that sugar craving, you see your hand, and if you're left-handed or right-handed, write it on the hand that you are. And as you reach in for maybe say that chocolate chip cookie, you see the 20 on the back of your hand. And what that reminds you is to pause and wait 20 minutes. If you wait 20 minutes, typically that craving is gone. How can you replace that craving as well? Tip number 10, relate the word sugar to the word sip. And sip a glass of water. Lots of the times that will kick that sugar craving. Ready, guys? Here's that tweetable that you all been waiting for. People's nutritional pitfall starts and ends with, guess what? Sugar. You got it. Thank you so much today. And in the comments below, what I'd love for you to answer is, what do you do to fight your sugar cravings? Please educate the FYC community with your successful tips, and any other questions, don't be afraid to write them as well. This is your coach, Adam Cobb. Thanks so much for joining part 1 and part 2 of why we can curb our sugar cravings and also just staying away from sugar altogether. I'll see you next week at next week's Tuesday Talk. Again, thank you so much.